Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news, looking at a summary of this week just gone and what's happened in the lovely world of Star Citizen. We are currently still awaiting Star Citizen Alpha 3.19.1. It has not gone to live yet. It is still on the open PTU. CIG said we are intending on keeping this current PTU build up over the weekend while we're working on further updates, so there are still more fixes and optimizations coming. I had expected this patch to be live now, so I apologize for saying it would almost certainly be released this week, but obviously that is not the case. However, it is possible that they want to release it with Alien Week, because maybe there's a new, potentially at least, a new ship or vehicle that they want to release it with, but there's also some major known issues that they're going to want to squash with 3.19.1 at the moment. So currently, there is a big problem with you taking off and landing because it looks like the hangar doors are open and you go through, but you don't go through because the hangar doors are actually closed on the server. However, barring those and a couple of other major issues that they are currently working on, 3.19.1 is a big improvement over 3.19 and fixes a ton of issues, has a load more sort of polish there as well, and it makes sort of like cargo loot pools for ships more rounded, and you can always find cargo on salvage ships as long as they've got a cargo hold, and other ships that you blow up in the verse, be they on missions, be they as part of bounties or whatever, if they've got a cargo hold, they've got a chance of having cargo on, and that cargo is now, can be quite interesting. There's some rare loot that spawns, there's some not so rare loot that spawns, but you shouldn't find any random boxes that you just can't use at all. They've also reduced ship claim timers, which is fantastic because 3.19 was quite obnoxious with its ship claim timers and expedite costs. They're also making inventory and ASOP terminals a whole lot more snappy and responsive in 3.19.1. It's pretty good as a patch. Alien Week begins 15th of June and runs until the 26th. So to get you in the spirit, they've got some Banu knives as part of the sort of sub-flare bonuses. They're quite cool. We've talked about them before. The sneak peek in the newsletter was also of a Banu item and some Banu text. So I then took to Twitter to see if the lovely jail had translated it. And yes, they had. Banu sneak peek today. I think the text underneath reads, "You and I, let's meet again for food and drink," like an invitation to go out and hang out. The text in the picture itself appears to be Nanaya, which doesn't seem to have a translation yet. So this makes sense for the translation underneath, because there's going to be a Bar Citizen the weekend during Alien Week, and I think that this actually might be an item that they might give out to attendees, maybe, like the Banu cubes that they had previously. Now, this could be an amulet, or the hilt of a dagger, or a compass, or something like that. However, from rumour, it's potentially a fidget spinner, and I think that's just silly enough to be actually true. Zin and I will be at the Bar Citizen on the 17th in Manchester, so if anyone else that's going down, it'd be great to see you. Throughout Alien Week, you can expect alien ships on sale, like the Banu Merchantman, like the Raylan, stuff like that, Santok Yai. There'll be some competitions, as well as Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live special episodes focusing on aliens, and probably their ship updates. The Persistent Universe monthly reports came out. I haven't gone through the Squadron 42 one yet, but I will at some point over the weekend. But for the Persistent Universe one, the monthly report showed that the Polaris is now in full production. That'll make a lot of people happy. We know that Cloud Imperium are focusing on a chain of large, capital-sized RSI ships after work has paused on the Banu Merchantman. They said the Perseus and Galaxy were likely going to be getting work next after the Polaris. There are some unannounced ships and vehicles being worked on. Potentially, we might see these during Alien Week. We don't really know. One is a ship that's now in grey box. There's also a new ground vehicle variant that's in grey box as well. And we do know that Cloud Imperium are working on other stuff beyond that. Ship-scale tractor beams are near completion for some ships at least. The Crusader C1 and A1 are also making good progress. The Storm is near the end of its grey box phase as well. And the Santok Yai, again, just finishing its grey box phase, but it doesn't look like it's going to be ready for Alien Week. I know there were some rumours that it was going to be, like Flyball joining Alien Week, and lots of people had hoped, but it doesn't look like it is. Some other bits from the monthly report there. There was work on radiation damage and environmental hazards. Various new missions have been sort of worked on and improved or built up more, such as escorts, data heists, consignment retrievals, new salvage missions, along with the refactor of some older missions as well. Bounty hunting V2 and tracking looks like it's coming along nicely. They are making good progress on Ruin Station and Pyro tasks as well. There was a lot of information there. Go check out my video that sort of focuses on that if you're interested in more. Inside Star Citizen, again, we got a summary of this, but this looked at updates to StarEngine coming to 3.20. It's got a lot of polish, StarEngine. They've added some new maps with Security Post Korea being part of the sort of loop there, and Echo 11 Elimination, so a smaller version of Echo 11. There's a load more game modes, and there's also experimental modes. So we've got single weapon elimination, and for 3.20, that's going to be with the laser pistol, pew pew pew. We've got gun game, which is they call gun rush, so that keeps on switching your weapon out every time you get a kill to the next one on the list. There's tank royale, literally teams or individuals fighting in tanks. Pew pew pew. You can even sort of spawn in as a gunner for a friendly tank in the Squadron battle mode. There's Vandal Swarm Infinite Waves as well. They're going to be adding more and rotating more sort of these modes in the future. This is all in addition to loads of other things coming in 3.20 and Arena Commander updates, multi-crew, so the ability to literally multi-crew in other people's ships in Arena Commander, which is pretty awesome. New dogfighting arenas, race maps, and Pirate Swarm 2.0, big fleet battle at the end of that. There was a game dev Star Citizen Live with John Griffiths. So this is the lead environmental artist. There wasn't much in the way of tangible development information here. CIG want to develop their artists. Artists may have a task or sprint they're working on, but it's not super rigid in the way they approach it. They can sort of try new ideas. They're encouraged to do so, as long as it doesn't impact work on the other teams or the main goal. They're sort of like, yeah, experiment with other ideas, talk about them. They wouldn't want a dev to randomly go out and change the way gravity or doors work or something like that if it wasn't within their remit. There are very much some boundaries for artists, but as I said, they do encourage them to try out new bits and pieces where possible, as long as it makes sense. Bam! That's it for your Star Citizen news this week, and a bit of an update of what's going on. I'm really interested to know, are you playing in 3.19.1 on the PTU at the moment? What do you think of that patch? Has it been fantastic, or is it sort of annihilating you with terrible bugs that won't allow you to leave your hangar? Or somewhere in between that, I suppose that's also a possibility. How about Alien Week? Are you excited for that? Are you looking to pick up any of the Alien ships? Are you disappointed that the Banu Merchantman has paused in its production? Or are you sort of going, actually, it's probably quite a good idea that they've moved on to the Polaris and get a load of those RSI ships sort of chained together? Are you excited for all the changes coming to Arena Commander in Alpha 3.20, or are you a bit meh about them, like, well, yeah, it's cool, I suppose, but I want actually things that are going to directly affect the Persistent Universe in the short term. More features for the PU. What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Let me tell you a story from the book of NordVPN/BoredGamer. There were 3 little pigs who all needed internet access. One used a VPN made of straw, one used a VPN made of wood, and one used NordVPN, which is basically bricks in this analogy. Along came an elite hacker wolf and smashed up the houses of the first 2 piggly wigglies, but was unable to breach the NordVPN house, which is just much better than straw or wood for protecting you from internet things like wolves and hackers. The moral of this story is get nordvpn.com/boredgamer or click the links below for powerful discounts that might make your friends think you're an internet wizard or something.
Also, that wolf went to prison for 10 years on an unrelated crime. Maybe it was like not liking or subscribing or something? Every month we have a ship giveaway for June 2023. That's going to be for an RSI Constellation Andromeda. This hybrid cargo gunship is perfect for small crews of up to 4. It comes with a P-52 Merlin snub fighter as well, along with lifetime insurance and game access. All you need to start playing Star Citizen. And all you have to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details in the video description below. If you would like to further support the channel, please consider pressing the join button under my videos for exclusive membership to the channel, or become a Patreon. I've already got a load of lovely people that do that, and it really goes a long way in allowing us to make daily content. Thank you so much to my channel members and Patreons, but thank you so much for just liking, subscribing, commenting, and watching my videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.